Alright, what is up, guys? Today we are going to be breaking down some of the biggest stories of the past week in entertainment, movies, news, all kinds of different stuff, but mainly in the entertainment field. We got some zingers today, so if you like this content, please be sure to hit that subscribe button below and let me know about what you think about these stories. I'm just going to be giving you my opinions and stuff like that, but I'd love to hear what you guys think below. Starting off, Conan O'Brien announced that he will be hosting the Oscars next year. Now, obviously, there's been a long string of different hosts or non-hosts in the past couple of awards, but honestly, I think Conan is a great fit. Last year and the year before that, I'm pretty sure we had Jimmy Kimmel, which, in my opinion, insufferable, not really that funny to be honest. One of the weaker talk show hosts, if not the weakest, in my opinion. And they had him hosting. I guess he did okay, all things considered, in terms of hosting. And then before that, there was no hosts at all. So I don't know what was going on in that aspect, in that region of time with the Academy Awards. I'm pretty sure Kevin Hart was supposed to host, but because of some controversial tweets in the past or whatnot, they kind of stripped that away from him, and then they just didn't have a host for 2 years or something. I don't really know what they're doing over there in the Academy Awards, but in my opinion, Conan is definitely going to be a good pick, and he's the best talk show host in my opinion, or was the best talk show host when he actually was on TBS doing his thing. Obviously, he ended the show sometime last year, I believe. And honestly, he was the best. So I'm glad to see him back doing more of a hosting gig. I think he's naturally funny. I think he's great at improvising things and just making things funny on the spot. That's his thing. And it's almost like he's just naturally funny to the point where the written stuff of his is almost weaker than the stuff that just comes out off the top of his head. So just a testament to his skill as a comedian, stuff like that. And also, a couple of years back, they also had Regina Hall. They had a trio. Regina Hall, Wanda Sykes, and Amy Schumer. There was like a trio hosting. Didn't work, overly political, not funny, just nobody remembers it either. This is a good change of pace, and I think that Conan O'Brien is going to hold it down. But what do you guys think? So it looks like Stephen King is leaving X for being a little too toxic, formerly known as Twitter. Now, he needed to announce this to the world for some reason, and in his last final tweet, as it were, he said, "I'm leaving Twitter. Tried to stay, but the atmosphere became too toxic, apparently," and the comments were absolutely killing me with this. One person said, "This isn't an airport, you don't need to announce your departure," which I find hilarious. Now, the platform is fundamentally the same as it's always been. You can follow whoever you want. You can say whatever you want on there. You can tweet, retweet. You can figure out what you want to see and what you don't want to see. So I found it interesting that all of a sudden now, after Elon Musk bought it out, now it's too toxic. Before it wasn't, but now it was. And I just find that pretty funny. It definitely has to do with his alignment politically. Obviously, whichever side you're on, you don't want to be seeing predominantly one thing or another. But with all these social media platforms, especially after Elon Musk took over X, you do have freedom of seeing what you want to see and what you don't. So it's kind of funny that he's kind of announcing this to the world. But I mean, hey, to that I say good riddance. I don't know why these celebrities, author in this case, thinks that we care. He has to announce that to the world for some reason. I don't know what the reaction should be. Should I like drop to my knees and start crying at the supermarket because Stephen King is no longer going to be tweeting on X? But anyways, you can catch him on Threads if that's your thing. But yeah, just hilarious that these celebrities think that they're the center of the universe. And yeah, anyways, just a whole mess with that. So moving over to Wicked. We have some new Wicked news going on, and no pun intended in that. So, as you know, the new Wicked movie starring Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo is coming out next week. It's an adaptation of the popular musical, and as usual with all these IPs and all these movies and stuff, they like to create toys, dolls, and stuff of that nature. So apparently, Mattel produced all these action figures, or little dolls, should I say, for the different characters from the movie. You know, we had like the different witches, I don't know their names, but they were there. Anyways, on the box, there's a website. And that website was supposed to go to the Wicked movie page, the landing page of it. But they actually misprinted the website, and it actually takes you to an X-rated adult content website, which is absolutely diabolical. I can't believe that they actually were able to get through multiple people looking at that, because I can imagine there's a whole group and different processes it has to go through. But somehow, how do you not get the website? And I don't know how many adults or kids or whatever actually go to the website that's on the boxes, who knows? But that doesn't really matter. I can't believe that they botched it that hard that they're gonna put an entirely different website. Is it that hard? It's probably wickedmovie.com, I don't know, but you had one job. So the fact that this went through several OKs before it actually got published by Mattel is crazy. And obviously they apologized and said, completely sorry, they're bad basically, and that sincerely apologize and stuff, but I don't know. I mean, come on, Mattel, just big blunder for them. I don't know what else to say about that. Sticking with the topic of Wicked, a couple of weeks ago actually, Cynthia Erivo, one of the leads of the movie, had a hissy fit about a fan poster. I'm sure you guys heard about this, but apparently a fan made a poster, a reimagining of the official movie poster. Now, the official movie poster, what you're seeing right here, is pretty boring, not really great. We have Cynthia Erivo looking deer in headlights straight at the camera, and then Ariana Grande whispering something to her. Very similar to the original Wicked poster, but not quite. So a fan took it upon themselves as a fun thing, as a nice, cool gesture, nothing crazy, nothing malicious about it, nothing negative, just very cool. They weren't poking fun or anything. Made a harmless fan reimagining of the poster. So they took the poster, they edited it out, you're seeing it right now, basically just covering the eyes, making it look more like the original musical poster. And that one, you don't see her eyes, you just see a grin and stuff like that. On paper, there should be no problem, and you don't even need to either react to it, or you could say, oh, that's cool, different reimagining. Apparently not. Apparently, this is what she had to say about it. Her words, and I'm quoting it, I'm kind of omitting certain parts, but you can see the full quote right here on the right of me. So, she said, wildest, most offensive thing I have seen. Right off the bat, that I don't know what kind of life she's had up until this point, but in her words, that is the wildest, most offensive thing that she has seen up until now. I know, it's absolutely devastating. None of this is funny. It degrades me. It degrades us. I'm a real life human being. What are you, the Elephant Man? Why are you saying that? I don't understand why you need to remind everyone that you're a real human being. I think every other human being on the planet would have no problem with this, but apparently you do. To hide my eyes is to erase me. This is deeply hurtful. It's laughable, honestly. How to tank a movie? I don't know if they paid her to, some other third-party company paid her to say this so that they could tank the results at the box office. But if you look at this in hindsight, there's not a single positive outcome to this. So you're throwing that out there. You're basically having a hissy fit over this fan poster. And I don't know who you thought was gonna be on your side with this, but I can't imagine anybody is on your side about this. This is stupid. It's such a even if you had this opinion, keep it to yourself. Don't put it on Instagram and put the poster and the fan who made it on blast because you didn't like it and this is so wildly offensive to you. It's wild. It's ludicrous. It's honestly ludicrous. I couldn't believe my eyes, and honestly, I'm not wishing anything like super negative, but I don't think the movie, I hope the movie kind of tanks, not gonna lie. I said it, I hope it tanks. Because this is just some entitlement that's beyond anything we've seen, so hopefully she learns, wake up call, you're really not that important, to be honest. Great singer, I don't know, a good actor, I guess. Whatever, that aside, diabolically horrible reaction to something harmless and with good intention too, mind you. There's no other way you could have misconstrued it, but she found a way, so congrats on her for that. All right, going over to the trailer corner, we have two big movie trailers dropped this week. We had Captain America, Brave New World, and Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, both amassing tens millions of views, basically 10 million views plus each, and they both dropped this week, so let's break down both of them. First off, we have Captain America, Brave New World. Now, Before I get into the movie, let's just take a look at the poster. Okay, so obviously I can imagine that there's going to be other posters for this movie. Obviously this isn't going to be an official one. So we have the red kind of Hulk, whatever it's called, hitting the shield of Anthony Mackie. Boring poster. Can we just talk about that for a second? I don't know why Marvel is just so lazy when it comes to actual posters, but their track record is not good. I'm even getting choked up about it. Absolutely boring. What am I seeing here? Am I supposed to be hyped? Am I supposed to be gasping that we have the red Hulk hand hitting the shield? But this is still better than the super generic just faces one. You know what I'm talking about. You see it every day. Just put every face on the screen. Floating heads, as they call it. I'm inspirited away with this. You know what I mean? Like, just heads everywhere. No rhyme or reason. Same text. Lazy. Can they get a little more original with it? I know the poster's whatever, but still, just come on. You put a little more effort into it. All right, going to the trailer. So the new trailer that came out, obviously this wasn't the trailer. They had one a while back, but this was like a new one that they made. Better trailer than the last one. Pretty well edited, actually. I thought that the whole pacing of it was pretty good. And I do like what they did with the sort of half and half kind of screen that they had going on. But I don't know. In essence, it is sort of just kind of generic. I didn't see anything that made me want to go see the movie, to be honest. Anthony Mackie's okay actor. I don't think he's lead material at all, from what I've seen. He's fine as supporting, but I don't see him as a lead actor at all. Yeah, just my opinion on it. But, you know, I nothing that's going to be driving me over to see the movie that much. And the plot, it seems very all over the place. I don't know who the villain was. I'm guessing Harrison Ford with, again, pretty lackluster CGI Red Hulk thing going on. I don't know why they keep kind of making these ugly Hulk characters. Cue She-Hulk. Look at that. Jesus. But I don't understand why they keep going that route. But anyways, I'm not a huge comic book aficionado, so I don't know exactly how it entails in the comics, but from what I gather, it has something to do with that. And, you know, I don't know. It looks okay at best. Will I go see this? Maybe if the reviews are raving and people are saying it's amazing, but until then, it just looks like your generic, another Marvel superhero movie. Moving on to Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. So a more of a dramatic kind of trailer, hinting some of the things you're going to be seeing. The trailers for the Mission Impossible movies and the Mission Impossible movies themselves are always great. Honestly, I'm a big fan of the series. One of the best action franchises ever, if not the best one. In terms of consistency, you have so many movies, so many actors in it, and they always hold it down. And somehow Tom Cruise and everyone just always outdoes themselves every single movie. So somehow it's a consistency that I feel like people don't really talk about very much, and this one seems to be no different. Now, the Last Reckoning or Dead Reckoning Part 1, I believe that's what the first one was called. Dead Reckoning, that was it. Dead Reckoning Part 1. I thought it was good, but not as good as the other Mission Impossibles before. But still, this one looks pretty good. It's still touting the same crazy stunts. We again see Tom Cruise hanging on to an actual plane. It's sort of an older plane, fighter jet kind of thing. And he did this kind of similar stunt but for a big cargo plane, but this one it's a smaller, faster plane. And he's underwater. We have different kind of things going on with that. It's pretty interesting what they're going to be doing with it. I'm making some predictions right now in terms of what's going to happen, since this is the final Mission Impossible movie, which is pretty crazy. I mean, honestly, it's been such a long career for Tom Cruise and everybody in the movie, but it's coming to an end. So my prediction right here, putting it on paper right now, is I think that either Tom Cruise or one of the main, I'm going to say Tom Cruise, is going to die in the movie. I'm just throwing it out there. Maybe a looking into the future spoiler alert, but that's what I think is going to happen, because typically that's what happens, right? I'm guessing there's going to be some kind of sacrifice moment, because this is the final one. Or maybe not. I don't know if they would go that route. Maybe one of the side characters might go as well. Maybe that'll be the death instead of Tom Cruise. I don't know. Maybe there won't be any deaths, but I'm putting it on paper. I think Tom Cruise sacrifices himself for the good of the mission. And yeah, I'm interested to see what they're going to do with it, and if they're able to tie up all loose ends. They have stuff going on from the first one. Kind of got a little convoluted, to be honest, but still great action stunts and great acting, great music. Just very quality series. I've always liked it. So I think what they're going to bring in, this one seems to be like a little more emotional as well, just to tying up the Mission Impossible storyline and tying up that series of Ethan Hunt. And he just said, I need you to trust me one last time. That's what he says in the trailer. So yeah, I probably will be seeing that one in the movie theater. But let me know what you guys think of those two movies below and if you're going to be seeing them. Anyways, those are the stories for this past week. If you enjoy this and want to see more, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and like this video. So Placid5 signing off. See you next time.